help make this a reality. I appreciate their comments for Secretary of Natural Resources for helping with our Department of Historic Preservation to help with this project, and so many of others here that were helpful. Alice, all of you, thank you so much. When you think of the foundations of this country going back to 1776, up to the author of the Constitution of 1787, perhaps no figure is more recognized in the founding of America than Thomas Jefferson. There's virtually no important job in Virginia that he didn't hold. He was a member of the House of Delegates, House of Burgesses, a member of the Continental Congress. He was a minister or ambassador to France under Washington. In fact, that's when he became the father of the modern Virginia wine industry. It's still alive well today because he brought those wines back from France. He was governor of Virginia. He was vice president of the United States. He was president of the United States, and on. His incredible service to our country is perhaps what he's known for the most is something he did when he was just 33 years old, as writing the great foundational works of the American Charter, that is the Declaration of Independence. And the things that he talked about and believed in are ones that we still quote regularly today. Paul and Susan, you hear every day probably in the Journal Assembly the words of Jefferson that our very liberties and our rights. This is important to young people. It didn't come from the government, it didn't come from some contract. It really came from Almighty God. The rights of life, the liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and the governments are instituted to protect those liberties. It's something we still take very seriously here in Virginia. In his later years, though, he became, as Charlie said, he said, a marvelous champion for education and support for you young people. While he was a graduate of the College of William and Mary, he was the founder in 1819 of the University of Virginia. He believed that a free and enlightened and well-educated society was absolutely foundational and fundamental to preserving democracy. The one plaque we have in the House of Delegates, all you recall on the wall, is the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom. It's one of the three things Mr. Jefferson himself has to be put on his tombstone. It was author of the Declaration of Independence, author of the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, and author of the Declaration of Independence. Didn't mention the governor and president. I'm a little upset with that. You don't have to amend his tombstone. But that's what he really believed in his later years. His final contribution was that education for his founding of UVA was so important that for you young people to be able to pursue the American dream, that you need to have a great education. And so it was only appropriate that he died on July 4th, 50 years after the signing of that Declaration of Independence. And for that and so many other reasons, he will be a figure revered throughout history of America. So for everybody that has something to do with us, I say we're honored to accept this statue of Mr. Jefferson in its proper place in Mr. Jefferson's capital, and it will be something that will be a treasured item for generations to come because of your immense talent here in preserving his image for all to see. So it's a great day for Virginia, and we continue to be a great nation. We honor those